What's going on, everybody? Architecture here with another Mass Effect video. Hope you guys aren't tired of Mass Effect videos because I got a lot coming. Today, though, I want to talk about the negativity generated around this game, Mass Effect Andromeda. I feel like, as someone who graded it as high as I did in my review, which you can see by clicking the link in the description box below, I had to give my opinion on the negativity, where I stand on that negativity. Once I beat the game, I immediately started a second character, and right now with that second character, I'm about 45% into the game with that second character. I did everything you can possibly do with my first character, so I got a lot of time with this in this game. I put a lot of time into doing as much as possibly can with my first character and currently my second character, and I think that gives me a at least a more understandable opinion when it comes to this game because I have so much time into it. So over the weekend, I kept being asked, what I thought about the feedback the game has gotten, as well as I've seen podcasts and videos on YouTube where the feedback for the game, comes up. So my response to the people who had asked me the question, my response to the guys that made that had that podcast and those videos, and what people are just hearing in general, people are overreacting to just simple things when it comes to this game. This is one of those situations where a franchise is so beloved, and then it was released with one bug that just made the entire game hated by everybody. Before we talk about that, what that bug is, I do want to talk about how we as humans always overreact to forms of media, especially when it's a franchise. For example, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. He is the first and only live action Wolverine we've ever had. The person who replaces him could be amazing, but if he screws up one line, just one line, you wouldn't hear people going, "This dude is shit. X-Men is now ruined. No, he got nothing on Hugh Jackman. This guy is terrible." Just because of one line, because we're so used to a certain style, a certain person, or certain things, to where if something tries to replace that, we immediately attack it for very small things. As that applies to Mass Effect, we all played the first three games and fell in love with those characters and Shepard, with that story, with that lore. So the new game without them, we became unrealistically critical to everything about the game because it's not the game we fell in love with. All the things I see people complain about with Andromeda were also in the previous three games. Bad animations, also in the first three games. Cheesy dialogue, also in the first three games. Can create ugly characters, also in the first three games. And so on and so on. Everything that's in this game that people complain about is also in the first three games. So why are we just now complaining about those things? Because this isn't those games. This isn't a new game. This is a new character. These aren't our favorite heroes. These aren't our favorite, missions and things like that. This isn't even the first time a Bioware game has even had to deal with this. This is a whole new game, and BioWare has had to deal with this on a different situation with a different franchise theirs, with Dragon Age. When Dragon Age 2 was announced, people was livid that you wasn't playing as a hero for Odin. So every single shortcoming that Dragon Age 2 had, people mentioned it, but Origins had the exact same issues that they complained about in Dragon Age 2. And the same thing goes here. The same issues Andromeda has, Mass Effect 1 has it, 2 has it, and 3 has it, but there wasn't complaining about with those three games because we ignored it because we love those games so much. This is a new game that's not those games. We bash it for the things that we ignored in previous games. You can't really take people's comments too seriously because we as humans over exaggerate things. We also ignore things. Skyrim is another beloved game, but that game is filled to this day with game breaking bugs and glitches, but it's still loved regardless of that. Once, like I said before about the first Mass Effect games, with Skyrim, those things are ignored. We don't care about the bugs in that game, even though there's bugs in that game that can completely kill your entire playthrough. You could be 200 hours into Skyrim, and one thing can happen that just makes all that 200 hours that you put into the game obsolete, useless. No Mad Hardy chance, no delete chance, none of that. I'm not getting broken. I think the problem is people don't know how to separate the previous Mass Effect from this Mass Effect. This Andromeda is a spin-off. It's its own game. It's not Mass Effect 1, it's not Mass Effect 2, it's not 3, it's not Shepard, this is not the Alliance. It's its own game. It's a spin-off. It's a separate entity from the original series. You have to look at it as that. You have to play it as that. You cannot play this game expecting Mass Effect 2. You cannot play this game expecting Mass Effect 3. This is Mass Effect Andromeda. It's its own game, and it's a damn good game. My message to you guys as I wrap up this video is don't take all the negativity you hear about this game too serious, because what I notice is that a lot of YouTubers that are overly negative, they don't even know what they're talking about. They're just mouthing off and just saying things because negativity generates more views, negativity generates more money. They didn't even play the entire game. There's a YouTuber whose name I won't mention. that shitted on this game. I think he gave it like a 5 out of freaking 10. He just shitted on his review. Everything that he said was entirely incorrect. He said the Ket have been killed and the Remnant are the only threat that is left in Andromeda. First off, you're not in the entirety of Andromeda. You're in one sector of the galaxy. You're in one cluster. You're not in the entirety of the entire galaxy. We have not even seen the rest of the galaxy. We just seen one little cluster. Second thing that's false about what he said, the Ket have not been killed off. You see a cutscene where a high-ranking Ket official walks off. So they can't all be dead if you see him walking off. With that, he calls the Archon the leader of the Ket. False. You find out that in the game that the Archon is just the voice of the real leaders in the Helios cluster. Think of him as an ambassador. That's what he is to the Ket. He's not the leader of the Ket. He's the ambassador for this sector of the galaxy. That's it. Now, with that, there are also members of the Ket that don't even agree with what he's doing. They don't agree with his methods. Meaning there's a chance that we could have Ket allies in the next game. That the Ket could be somewhere, they could split in half where there's a faction that is just a rogue faction of Ket that want to do all this bad shit. Then there's the Ket, there's another side of the Ket that want to help us out, that want to have unity with us. Kind of similar to how there's, they have the Quarians in the Geth. The Geth didn't all want to kill humanity. The Geth wanted peace. So another YouTuber said that there are no nods to the original series. Also false. There are plenty of nods to the original series, and off the top of my head, ones I can think of, you meet Zaid Masani's son. That's a nod to the original series. Zaid was a player with your squad mates in Mass Effect 2. Kandros, who you meet on the Nexus, is the brother of Nyreen from Mass Effect 3. She was your squad mate temporarily during the Omega DLC of Mass Effect 3. There's a lady who is the leader of an AI hating group. She wants to get rid of Sam. She hates AI. She has ties to the Overlord DLC from Mass Effect 2. There are audio logs from Liara. There are Cerberus scientists you can find throughout the game, and even more and more nods to the original series that I just can't think off the top of my head. So how are people saying that these things don't exist in the game when they do exist in the game? It's because they didn't actually play the game. They didn't fully play the game. They did, maybe just the main quest line, and that was it. They did maybe a couple side quests, and that was it. They didn't fully play the entire game. So you can't take their opinion that serious if they didn't put they didn't play the entirety of the game. Their opinion is incomplete. Not false, it's just incomplete. You can't take someone's opinion seriously if they didn't experience everything they actually experienced in the game, and they're feeding you false information. And that discredits that person's review if they say this isn't in the game, but then you find out this is actually in the game. My point is, a lot of the things people said they didn't like about this game is false. They didn't play the game fully. They didn't do all the side quests. They didn't read all the data pads. They didn't listen to the dialogue. Now, this isn't Destiny where all the information is on some cards you have to read on a different platform. It's all in the game. This is a good game. And if you love Mass Effect and haven't picked up Andromeda because the negativity made you scared of the game, buy the game. It's a good game. Mass Effect franchise is my all-time favorite game series. I love Andromeda. It's a good game. And it pisses me off when people sit here and say these negative things about the game, and it's pretty inaccurate. And that's it for this video. I've ranted on long enough. Leave any thoughts you have in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.